I know earlier you said that this fight feels like it's a bigger fight than the Keith Thurman fight. That being said, man, you've been in a lot of big fights. I mean, Tim Bradley, Saddam Ali, who obviously he just beat Cotto and he won the title. Manny Pacquiao. Where does this fight rank as far as you are concerned with your career right now? I mean, is this at the top of the list? I mean, just given the circumstances right now.
This is the fight that's gonna take off my career. Help my career just take off. And why? Because after all the experience that I've gained, it just turned me into a much better fighter in each and every fight. Whether ups and downs, either or. I mean, I became world champion a couple times and defended it, and I had, like I said, had a few ups and downs too, where I also gained a lot of knowledge and experience. And that's the thing, as a fighter, we need to take the best out of every situation, and that's what I've done. And that's led me to be a better fighter. The team that I have now, I feel very confident in them. I very much like Mike McCullum. He's a very knowledgeable trainer. Not too many people know this, but he was a great fighter in his time. He was a 4-division world champion. I mean, anyone could look him up. He was a fantastic fighter. And as for my career, going back to my career, I mean, it's all playing a role. It's all playing a role. It's the perfect time. The second part of my career is the way I see it. I'm more experienced. I know what I want. I know what it takes, and I'm willing to do anything for it. So this is my time to shine, is the way I see it, and I'm happy that my fans are excited for this fight because I've been getting nonstop calls that my people are ready. They're ready to be in full effect in Brooklyn, New York on April 21st. The East Coast has treated me very well. Each time that I've gone out there, I've come out victorious, and I hope that we continue the same way on April 21st, and we're able to give them excitement. That's what I'm about. I'm a entertainer, and I've always had that mentality. Sometimes when the fight's boring, or the fight's slowing the pace down, I always make sure to come in with a combination or increase the momentum of the fight. That way, my fans are staying entertained. So I mean, I'm always that's something very important for me. And maybe it's been a weakness in the past, but now I know how to control it to where it's actually helping me inside the ring, and it's keeping my fans entertained. So we live and we learn with every situation. That's why I think that this is the best part of my career.
Obviously, I just want to ask about the fight real quick. I know you're not going to give away the game plan or anything like that, but I'm just curious, having looked back at some of Adrien Broner's fights, I mean, whether it was, the Sean Porter fight, the Marcos Maidana fight, the Paulie Malignaggi fight, I mean, I think most people would probably say the blueprint on beating Adrien Broner is to be active. I mean, Mikey Garcia was active in his fight. I think that would be the biggest knock that people have on Adrien Broner. They say, if you throw more punches than him, if you're more active than him, then you'll walk out with the victory. Is that something that you put in your back pocket and just keep in, the back of your head preparing for this fight? Like, do you look at that as a quote unquote blueprint on how to beat Adrien Broner? Or do you just kind of throw that out the window and expect a totally different Adrien Broner coming to the ring on the 21st?
I'm expecting the unexpected, basically. Mm-hmm. We'll be ready for anything that Adrien Broner wants to come out with, whether he wants to be very busy, and throwing a bunch of punches, out of the ordinary, which isn't known to be his style. He's more of a fighter that picks his shots, mm-hmm. and he likes to land big shots, and he just continues to look for them. But I mean, the name of the game is to be active. That's the name of the game, because whether you're active or the other one's going to be more active than you, so it's about who's going to stay busier. I mean, that's just the name of the game, or who's smarter. You get what I'm saying? And mm-hmm. All that's going to play a role. I'm more focused on what we are doing, what we're focused on. Keep in mind that I want to leave a statement in this fight, and for that reason, we're also going to pick our shots. But then again, we're also going to stay busy. So it just depends on the time, the momentum of the fight, how it's going. You're just going to have to wait and see April 21st.
You said you want to make a statement. I know. As a smart, intelligent fighter, you don't go looking for knockouts. But do you think you can knock Adrien Broner out?
You know what? I'm expecting the best outcome,
Mm-hmm.
and but we will prepare for the best outcome possible. But you know, I don't want to speak too much, but you know, we're definitely increasing in strength, and the last time I knocked someone out was Saddam Ali, and he was a terrific fighter. Broner's a terrific fighter, and I know that it's a possibility that we can win. We can win by in that fashion. And for that reason, I'm staying positive. I'm just staying focused in training camp, and whether Broner um, wants to try and take me out of control, or you know, psych me out with all the talking that he usually does. You know, it's never gonna work because I'm a very composed fighter. I'm very experienced. I've also you know, I know how to handle the situation, and I'm looking forward to April 21st.
Well, that's the reason why I asked you, because I know you have been working on your strength, and I think that's one of the things that you don't get credit for. And going into this fight, I would say that Adrien Broner is going to be the smaller guy stepping in the ring. And I mean, you fought guys like Tim Bradley. You put him, you put him on his butt in his fight. You know, obviously you stopped Saddam Ali. So I know you got power, and like I said, I think that's one of the things that's underrated about you.
Yeah, definitely. That's where I was going to lead to as well. And you're right about that. I think that some people underrate my power, and maybe that's what surprises them when they do face me. You know, Manny Pacquiao. You know, he's one of the most active fighters in the game ever. And with me, I believe it was one of the fights, or the fight, that he threw the less punches, and it's because of him being aware that I had power in both hands. And you know, you don't if you don't have power, believe me, the your opponent would try and walk right through you or stay very active. So that's something that I think Broner might underestimate, is my power. But once we face each other, you know, he's gonna see a difference in the style of fighter that I am, and all the other fighters that he's faced before.
Mm.